right. It's been a minute, but we're back. 7/18, June 18th, or July 18th is the day that the BestBall Mania 3 champion was crowned. Well, not crowned, but drafted. So the day $1 million draft was drafted, actually $3 million of drafts was drafted because the winner of the regular season also was drafted on July 18th. So not a better day to draft a team. So I'm going to hop into a BBM here, waiting. I'm sure a lot of people have the same idea, trying to capture that lightning in a bottle. We're going to get that 108. Okay, not what I like, but not horrible at all. But yeah, it's been a minute. Most of my videos I've been recording a bit, but nothing too crazy. But getting a group together to set up, at least a weekly collab stream with my friends and people around. So that should be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also, Underdog basketball just dropped, so I'm kind of tempted to jump into that a little bit, but we'll see how much I decide to jump in that or not. So do need to make a note to add some lo-fi music here to my list here. Here we go. Yeah, hope everyone's doing well. It's been a minute since I've had like a live draft. I know I've had well, this isn't live, but it's been a minute since I've had a video that was more current. So I'm really sorry about that, but I am just a couple days removed from the Hopkins news, going to the Titans. That should be fun to kind of see how that unfolds. I assume he's just going to stay at the same ADP, and then Treylon Burks and Chick will probably go down a little bit. Okay, I made a note for lo-fi music. I'm going to add that as well. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and just jump this in. See, I wonder if I could play like a YouTube video music like on the side or not. Probably not, but that's fine. Let's go with. All right. I don't take much Kelsey, but and I'm not taking him now either. I'm going to take. I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb. Such a tough decision there. It's not that I don't want Kelsey. It's just that I really prefer the other like later options so much more. It just doesn't. And if you're trying to like stay ahead at receiver, if you take one of these guys early instead of a receiver, you're just really putting yourself behind the 8 ball most of the time. Especially if you take the Mahomes, which most of the time you're gonna take Mahomes in the second round when you have Kelsey. But we don't need that there. Yeah, definitely gonna add some like sick lo-fi mixes just to. I should be able to find some that are just like infinite. That'd be cool. So Eckler, Bijan, Garrett Wilson off the board. 108. What a weird spot to be in. It's never fun. I'm usually pretty on board for like Olave. Amon-Ra's not bad. Maybe it gives me a little bit of different build potentially. We'll see what happens here. JT goes. Dang. If I get Lamb Pollard, I'm kind of curious, like, how that lines up the rest of my team. Sorry, not Lampard. Monra here. It's like the most chalky start. No, I mean, that could be interesting because I feel like most people take that like a 12-13 or 11-14. So, I mean, not that it's going to be completely different, but the fact that I'm at 8, I might get a little bit different texture on this build. Maybe I'm just grasping for straws, but I generally don't like this combo just because it's really chalky. But I think given the fact I'm 108 and it probably doesn't happen as much at the 108, might be a little bit different. We'll see like what actually can fall to me. If that actually, like maybe like I can get Brees coming back to me at pick 32. That wouldn't be bad. Probably happens a lot as well, but it'd be fun. Could also go for the Andrews Lamar double or the Andrews Lamar stack. We'll see how antsy people are on quarterbacks in this room. Okay. Holmes goes 26 on. Ooh, pick 3. I wonder if this is Kelsey guy. That's pretty fun. So Jacobs going 28. I got Jacobs at pick 40, I think, in my last draft. Which seems a little crazy, given, what he did last year. But I think people are kind of spooked. Which I don't blame them at all. But well, that would be fun. If I could get like something like Hurts or something at 32, that would be pretty interesting. Even though I can't get Devonta, I think it'd still be pretty fun to kind of play around with that build. Okay, Hurts goes. This guy had AJ Brown anyways. That makes sense. Josh Allen goes too. Okay, so we're gonna X that. That wasn't going to happen anyways. I like Brees here. I'm fine with that completely. And then we'll see what happens here. I like Jameer Etienne. This is probably a start that's probably pretty common, honestly. But maybe I can get Debo. If I can get Debo on the way back, then this is probably a little different. Because, most of the time, it's this guy at 36, 37 that would be picking. So I guess it just kind of puts me on different players. It might not necessarily give me... Okay, so instead of reaching down, I'm grabbing just different players. Okay, I guess that makes sense. This guy's got Kelsey. Right. Interesting start so far. I was really hoping I'd get I feel a lot better about my my drafts on the championship day to be one of the top like 4 or 5 picks, but that's okay. We can make it work. No one can determine what spot's gonna win it all this year. So I know who I want to fall here. I mean, the top 2 on my list I feel pretty great about, but otherwise, I mean, there's some options I enjoy. I can get the Terry, and get Terry going early on this team. I'm pretty sure Jets play Washington, so that's not bad either in Week 16. Dallas plays Buffalo. Yeah, that would have run out pretty well for me. Detroit plays Minnesota. Dallas plays Detroit in 17, but they also play Minnesota in the finals, in the playoffs. I think Dallas plays Buffalo, and then I'm blanking on the other team they play in the Seattle, maybe? Gonna have to look it up again. I almost have the Week 16 schedule down, but not fully. They play the Dolphins. Okay, so it's way off. This guy went Lamar, Waddle, Bijan Gibbs. That's pretty fun. Yeah, I think Keenan Allen is probably a pretty common ad here, given the fact it lines up with this guy. I need these guys. So maybe Terry is just a overall like better opportunity here, just to kind of like, since the whole goal of going this combo is to kind of get something different. I'm just gonna grab Terry, and I also like Terry. I'm pretty sure they play in Week 15, the Jets and the Commanders. So Week 16, Jets Commanders. So that does work out there. Does check out there. I pretty much take Kenneth Walker anytime he falls a little bit to me. I take Charbonnet like every time. So maybe I need to kind of loosen my stand on Charbonnet a little bit more. And kind of grab more Kenneth Walker. I think they're both great bets to make. Just that offense is going to be awesome. So I think at least should be a fun team to monitor. Okay. Mouse is being a little strange here. That's the bottom. That's my favorite one. This night driving one slaps. Just started a dynasty draft up, so that should be a lot of fun. I'm trying to get some of the members on the stream as well. So that should be a lot of fun just to kind of go through dynasty. Never done Dynasty League. Honestly, really looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. Lions 2024 Super Bowl champs. That's fun. Never know. Imagine that happens. He would deserve like their own badge if they had their name that and then they didn't win. All right, so I'll grab JSN. I just can't stop taking him. JSN, just I feel like he's got insane upside just late in the season. Like he could be good right out of the gate. He has insane value, you know, and they're going to be pretty good offense. The difference between them and like Hollywood and Godwin is quarterback situation a little more in question, and their offense is very much in question. So maybe it's crazy to think JSN has like maybe the 3 could be better than those two guys, but I think JSN has a path to just being so dominant for the next like 5-6 years, maybe, you know. And he was, you know, touted as like the top receiver out of the group of Garrett Wilson and Olave, and they both did translate really well to the NFL. They're both going early in drafts. Obviously, they had a better path to targets compared to JSN, but just that alone kind of gives me a little bit of confidence, knowing like he had good company and was really strong, amongst that group. So that makes me, pretty confident in his potential. Never hate the Dak super stack as well. I'll never hate that. But I might get gifted Hollywood or Lockett here either way. I'll take both of them. If I get the double for Lockett JSN, I'll definitely take it. Also, don't hate Marquise here. Lockett goes down. Okay, well, in that case, I think I'll take Hollywood. I was really close to grabbing Kyle Pitts. It's still possible he falls back, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it. So now I feel like I'm live for a few different quarterback options. I can get Dak still. I can get Geno. I can get Rodgers. All my quarterbacks are live with my, the team that I have so far. So that's good. I've been liking the idea of taking Kyler more, just because, if he ends up playing, he's going to be a league winner. And I feel like he will play at some point this year, if not like a good amount. He'll play at least he might be playing like the last 6 games, and even if they're like not very good. And if he's healthy, then he's well worth like a 13th round pick or 14th round pick, wherever he's going. He'll probably be worth like a 11th round pick maybe. I think he's going in the 15th actually. He's going pretty late. So starting off, I'm gonna get the Spotify set up so I can get these drafts to go there. Give a little extra insight that way. But anyways, from the 8 hole, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, Breece Hall, Terry McLaurin, JSN. That is Jackson Smith and Jigba of the Seahawks, rookie, and Marquise Brown. So fun little start. We'll see. These guys, there's a lot of guys with tight ends here, so maybe they'll pass on them. Okay, just kidding. They won't pass on them. This is a pretty interesting start. Andrews, Fields, DJ Moore, Higgins, Pitts. That's kind of fun. I'll grab Goddard as well, just to add insult to injury. Okay, I thought that was him. I saw Goddard off the board, but it wasn't him. Okay. Oof. About to say. QJ off the board, one of my favorite picks in this range. Shoot, I mean, I'll take a Dameon Pierce falling, even a Monty falling. I'm pretty happy with either of those guys. Okay, I was gonna say I really want Pierce there. Got 5 receivers through 7. Just kind of have to figure out my quarterback, how I want to go quarterback. I could go the late tight end route. I don't hate it. Like, there's really a lot of guys back here that are really fun, like Dulcich, Kincaid. Laporte is a lot of fun. I think Mayer's mispriced. I'm not alone in that camp. Likely is just a really good upside bet. Got Trey McBride to pair with my Arizona bets. Maybe I'll go 3 late this time. Taysom's also a good one to tack on to those teams. 3 quarterbacks. I think I prefer to go 2 QBs on this build. I'd be even willing to take T-Law if he falls to pick 80, about pick 90. And then I could snag. Okay, he's gone. I was gonna say unstack T-Law. I feel like you can get a nice T-Law stack with like Ridley and Kirk and just wait to like pick 80 and grab T-Law. And he's always there. Like, some people take him around 60, but a lot of people just let him fall. It's very interesting, that dynamic. So I think at this point, did what's his name go? Brandon Cooks win. Okay. So I'm cool with, like, I can go the Jake Ferguson route. I could go the Dak and Gallup, which I do enjoy that a lot. Figure out how I want to attack this. I can go Seattle with Charbonnet maybe and grab Geno. Damn. That's fine. We're already pretty ahead on receivers, so I can't complain there. Maybe it's time to grab Waller. I mean, get Waller around pick 90. I'm never opposed to that. So now now I'm live for one of my favorite stacks, which is the Daniel Jones stack, which I think I'm not alone with on that either. But I could even go like Daniel Jones and Dak, just double tap them, and then I'll be looking real. I think I'll be looking good because I could go 2 tight ends with this build. If I can't get Dak and Daniel Jones, then might be looking a little different. But Dak's gonna be 104. That's not, it's about his ADP, and then he's gonna line up at 113, which lines up with ADP as well. So if the room breaks right, I could definitely get him. But if there's a faller that I can't pass up on, I'm not gonna force these quarterbacks. They also could fall back to me on the, like, if one of these running backs are there, I might just have to grab them. P-Ryan is pretty nice, but I feel pretty good with the Pierce Hall start. I don't know if I have a team like this yet, and I don't know if it's just because I'm trying something new or not, but I do like the way this team is turning out so far. So I got stack options, like, just galore. Like, every single one of my quarterbacks and tight ends all match up to a quarterback that's not taken yet. And I have, a couple different, back options for stacking. So this is pretty fun. I'm a fan of this team. So the Jets, Philly, the Giants, Philly in week 15. Giants, Saints, and the Giants, Philly. Yeah, okay. I'm remembering correctly. And then Giants, Rams. Dylan, Kirk Cousins go to 94 to... See, this just doesn't make sense to me. Just can't justify taking Kirk Cousins on stacked early, 18 picks early. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But it just doesn't feel right to me. It just does not feel right. James Cook is my favorite option here. Okay, he's gone. So now I don't feel very inclined to grab any of these guys in this range. I do like B-Rob and Gibson. I've been trying to kind of, like, I love Gibson just because I like him as a player, but I think they're both really good bets this year. So I do need to bolster up my Gibson and kind of match up my Robinson exposure with my Gibson exposure. And I have been looking at the Fantasy Life portfolio, tracker. It's really helpful. It honestly gives you just a lot of insight, and you can see things that you just don't commonly see. It's like, oh, I'm taking Lamb and Amon-Ra a good amount, but I never took them with Breece Hall. I never took them with McLaurin. Those kind of things you could find. Not saying that's the case because I don't actually know off the top of my head, but it is interesting, especially for like things like the Higgins and Chase stack, and you realize you've never done it a certain way, and it just could be very just beneficial to you, so you don't do the same thing over and over again. I think I'd rather just grab, like, Dak has upside, I think, and I think Dan Jones also has upside. But if Charbonnet, or I might just have to take one of these running backs and just say goodbye to Daniel Jones and grab, like, Howell late or Kyler Murray late. We'll see what's there. Because if one of these three, maybe you can argue these top 4 running backs are all pretty nice. But if one of these, definitely one of these top two are there, I feel like I gotta take one of them. So we'll see. We'll see how it falls to me. But a consolation is not bad, just to grab DJ and be done at quarterback. But I do have a Kyler thing set up, so I don't have to force Daniel Jones, which I think that's probably where I'm leaning. It's probably just smarter just not to force Daniel Jones here and just grab one of these running backs, hopefully. I'll take whoever's there. And then I could go for the Arizona back stack or the Washington back stack. So I already have Dak set up, and I can get Gallup next round. So Gino's still available too. So maybe Gino falls back next round, but I just would rather grab up this value here. So we'll see if this guy goes. I think I'm just going Charbonnet if he's there at the top of the leader, at the top of the board, even though I do want to get more Gibson, but Charbonnet 11 picks of SCP. Okay. Damn, that would have been nice. I was actually really hoping I'd get him there, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I do like those other options. I really do like Pirine too, but I think his late season upside could get capped by Javonte, and I think week to week Brian Robinson could be good. And on this team, it just makes sense to grab B-Rob. So we'll see if these quarterbacks fall. I mean, it's not impossible. This is the type of thing that would happen or could happen. So if one of them fall back to my lap, I'll probably grab them. But if not, I'm like, I'm not sweating. This is kind of the situations you want to put yourself in where you're not boxed out a quarterback, but you just have like a lot of flexibility still. Because I could backstack Denver. I could set up, the Saints late. I think Carr's already gone anyways, but I could set up the Saints late. Obviously, I have Arizona set up late, potentially too. Gino's still there on the board. Kind of missed out on my double stack opportunity there, but there's just so many opportunities here. Still double stack my QBs. So you're never gonna catch me complaining about that. So chain is pretty fun in this range. I mean, Gino at 130. Don't hate it. I don't hate it. Okay, chain goes. Well, I think I just grab my double stack here next if I can't get like something else, because there's not really anything that like jumps out of the page to me. Because I mean, Zay Jones isn't jumping out of the page. Juju does look a lot better, assuming health. He looks a lot better given the fact that Hopkins has gone to the Titans now. So I do like that a lot. Zay Jones, and I also kind of just rambling now, but I do want to make like maybe a weekly winner strategy video or just something like that, just to kind of lay out my strategies and my ideas, because I think after this year it might be a lot more solidified of like what good strategy is in that, like what like different builds you can do. And I think people are just doing it wrong right now, like just straight up doing it wrong. So not that there's like an easy path to victory, but I think people are really just misinterpreting like the difficulty of completing something like that. So I'll grab Gallup. So we could even, I mean, the beauty of this is I can kind of just sit on my hands and just see what happens. Because if a faller, like if Gino keeps falling, if Goff keeps falling, something like that, like I could just sit and wait and just see what happens, and maybe I could still grab up a quarterback late, but I don't have to. I have the luxury. Instead, like if I picked, Diggs instead of Lamb, which I don't think that was an option anyways. It may have been. I don't remember. It wasn't. If I would have picked Kelsey, yeah, sorry. Obviously, that changes my landscape at tight end big time. But if I take Kelsey there, then I pretty much either take Mahomes or I'm skipping quarterback for a while, and I'm not going to get my first round pick stacked. Now I have my first round pick stacked, and I have a chance to get my second round pick stacked if I want. Like I could take Goff here if he's still there, but I might just wait, and I'm not like dying to have Jared Goff because there's still, you know, 2 other guys I feel great about. Like I would happily get Kyler or Howell as my second quarterback on this team. And Arizona still has people to grab, and then Washington still has people to grab too. So kind of where I'm at on that. You like grabbing Gainwell as well. The late. Bring back on my Arizona stuff. All right, we'll see what happens here. I mean, Dulcich isn't a horrible pick, to be fair. I don't really like taking another Seattle. I mean, Geno single is not, you know, the worst idea. It's not like you're screwed or anything like that. It just doesn't feel as good as the Geno double. Okay, I'm not going to force it. I'm going to grab like another running back probably, unless there's a receiver I enjoy in this range, which really isn't anything I like that much. Jalen Warren, Tank Bigsby, Roshan. I'll grab Roshan Johnson. Love Jalen Warren a lot, but I'm not gonna die without him. He made more sense with this team just because I have a bet on Seattle, but I just have one player. It's not a big deal. I think Roshan could just be the one, and I think Warren could too, but I just take a lot of Warren. Honestly, that's the main reason I kind of jumped off him there. And I've taken a lot of Tank, and I'm trying to like pause on that. Even though I love Tank Bixby, I've just been trying to stop and like hold my weight on that one. So Laporta goes at 140. So this guy's rocking the 4 receiver build, 3 quarterbacks. Love to see it. This is the guy that sniped me on Daniel Jones. Hate to see it. Do you like the double on Herbert? Herbert double's fun. Never going to complain about a Herbert double. So, I mean, I'm kind of getting to the point where if Geno falls to 150, I would probably just take him because he's just probably a better pick right there than Kyler. Kyler could miss a lot of time, so it might just be worth it to grab Geno at 150. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not banking on it, but if it happens, I probably will just grab him. I didn't think I'd have this decision ahead of me, but I'm not going to complain about it. And Fant's there. He's not a horrible pick. I just don't feel great about it. Like if I took Fant, I'd almost want three quarterbacks, or 3 tight ends. If I take Geno, I'm definitely done at QB. Don't need to push like that any further. But if I do get Geno, then I would be kind of kicking myself, wishing I would have took what's his name? Okay, he's gone. So 4 quarterbacks. This guy is the quarterback wasteland. He's scooping up that value on QB. Respect it. Grab those quarterback values, man. It's all yours. Just as long as you don't take everything I want. Grab all the values, man. It's all yours, bro. Wandell. Is that 2 quarterbacks already? Yeah, I was gonna be picky and kind of like see if I could that's kind of the exercises that I think are good to go for personally. Is you can kind of see if you could push your quarterback another round. If there's no reason to, don't do it. For example, if I want Kyler here, that's just the pick I want. But if Jalen Warren fell to me there, maybe I'd just prefer to okay, I'll take him, and then whatever happens, happens. I'm not gonna cry if I don't get Kyler Murray there. and he might come back. He probably would have, but there's no reason to push it if you don't have to. Like if you don't feel like there's a reason to, don't push it. I feel like I get myself stuck in that a lot, where I just like kind of get greedy and just like, oh, you know what, I'll just see what happens and see if I get my quarterback I want back. But it just really messes up my builds because I just don't get the quarterback. That really helps my build kind of solidify better. So just for food for thought. So Arizona plays the Bears. That is part of the reason I did grab Roshan there too. Arizona plays the Bears. We have them playing, I think it's San Francisco or something in week 15. Yeah. Don't have anything there. That's fine. We have Dallas playing the Dolphins. Could grab a Dolphins running back. I think that might be a good decision. Could grab Mostert or Wilson. Also can grab Keontae Ingram late. Now it's just like a plethora of riches, and it's really hard to decide like what you want to do at this point in the draft. Wow. Okay, I was gonna say, where's my Giants guys? There they are. So I'm Gainwell here. I already have a Cleveland or Chicago running back. I'm fine without getting Chubb. So hopefully this Dylan Gator lets me. Okay, cool. So I got Gainwell. So now I am 14 picks through the draft, looking pretty good. I really like this team so far. I got CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, Breece Hall, Terry McLaurin, JSN, Marquise Brown, Damian Pierce, Darren Waller, Dak Prescott, Brian Robinson, Michael Gallup, Roshan Johnson, Kyler Murray, and Kenneth Gainwell. There's a few tight end options I like here late, but I'm not gonna force it. It would have been nice to get Geno at 150 though. I just really wish I would have gotten Geno at 150 with JSN and Lockett would be sick, dude. That'd be really cool. That would be sick. All right, so like another example here is like I like Tajay a lot, but I need a bolstered receiver more than anything right now. So I'm probably more of a buyer of any of these guys in this range instead of just grabbing and then risking missing like these Giants guys late too. So not 100% sure how I want to play these last couple picks out. I do have 4 picks left. One of them is going to tight end. One of them is going to tight end, 1 to running back, and then 2 to receiver. So I'll be at 2-6-8-2. That's probably fine. It's probably fine. Not going to see me complaining about that too much. TT goes. See, I think the TT pick is much better now, Tyquan Thornton, but I do see people touting good old Devontae Parker. So Jeff Wilson goes before Mostert. That's interesting. I mean, Mostert's older than Jeff Wilson, right? So I just don't know. I mean, he's fast, still fast, really fast, but maybe I'm the idiot. I just don't know. I don't know. It's really hard to decide between these running backs. I just rapid fire on them. Just grab any of them. Chicago guys. I need to grab more Foreman. I grabbed a lot of Herbert and I've grabbed a lot of Roshan. Just need to kind of get more Foreman, even though he's my least favorite of the bunch. It's fine if I'm underweight. He could easily just be the guy. Any of these guys could just be the top running back in their room. So, I mean, am I interested in a Howell late? I'm not really. I'm not really dying to get that late Howell stack. So, I'm not going to force it. chase him at 175. It's pretty cool. Maybe I could stop it, just Mostert, and just be done at running back. Tajay is such a fun pick, though. Man. I'll be right. I think I'd just prefer doing this in general. I just think Tajay's a better pick. It's really hard there just because I like Jeff Wilson or Mostert, but like I just don't see him being like he's gonna be good. He could be really great. He could be like the lead back, but end of the day, there's still 2 more mouths to feed in there, and they also have like an awesome offense. Whereas Tajay could just end up being a workhorse if Henry goes down, and it's just like that's the upside I want on this team. Not that Mostert doesn't have a really big upside. Like he could easy still score 60-yard touchdowns, but I feel like a chain is kind of the guy for the job now. So $185, $199. Okay, so probably grab my last tight end and then just finish with 2 receivers late. So let's see my receivers. How do I feel about them? Like Lamb, Amon-Ra, McLaurin starting most weeks, and I got Marquise there. Feels a little sketchy if JSN doesn't come on, but I mean I think Marquise is going to be a target hog, and so I don't hate that at all. How Renfro goes. So in an ideal world, I'd get Mostert's going to be there too. In an ideal world, I can grab my tight end and then still get both of these Giants receivers, but I'm not going to count on that at all. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. Oh, buddy. Marvin Jones, Shakir. I'm not too tempted I'll get any. I'm not too convinced I'll get either of them, to be honest. But I mean, Michael Mayer's not okay. Michael Mayer's gone too. Richie James is pretty fun late. I mean, Puka. I mean, worst case scenario, I could always grab a correlation late, but I do hope I can get one of these Giants guys. Like I'll even take Hodgins if Hodgins is there first, even though I'm not as big on Hodgins. I'll still take him over, not taking anything. So. Okay. Hodgins just hanging out there, just hanging out on top of the board. You'd love to see it. Wow, they're all there. Imagine. This guy's gonna take Hodgins from me. How dare you? Lions 2024 Super Bowl champs. I like him stopping at 3 running backs, though. I respect that. Stopped at 3. Very good self-control on the running back situation, but not to be on the quarterbacks. Could not help himself with the QBs. So Gino, Daniel Jones. I'm not gonna roast him. I'm just trying to look at the team. He did recover a receiver. He grabbed a bunch late. Hyatt, Hodgins. Hey, I'm drafting right now, buddy. Come on, man. He always picks to chew on his bone right when I start drafting. Hey, hold on, almost done. Silly dog, man. Just a minute, sir. All right. Terrence Marshall. I mean, is there any reason I'd take like Michael Wilson over him? Why not, man? Why not? I'll have some fun. Even though I like Slayton there, in fact, they're both there is pretty awesome. I'll take Wandale. I think Wandale, he's obviously scary. He might end up on the pup or something early, but I think late season, he's like was he a first round pick, second round pick last year? Pretty sure he was a second round pick. All right. Go in the other room if you won't do that right now, man. Come on. Come here. Silly dog, man. All right. Wandale, let's see where he was drafted at. Okay. He was drafted. Sorry. Okay. Let's see when he was drafted. Second round. Okay. He was a second round pick. That's what I thought. So he was a second round pick last year. I'd like to say they're inclined to get him on the field. A lot of these guys might even like, who knows who's making the team realistically. I think obviously Hyatt is probably the safest, and Hodgins you'd think has a spot, but otherwise like Slayton, I mean, I think Paris Campbell is like the mispriced one, even though they're all cheap. I mean, we've done this with Paris Campbell before. I think Slayton also like actually can score like 2 touchdowns in a week. I don't think Paris Campbell really can. At least less of a path. Wandale, I think, just could be a target hog in the middle of the field on that team, and probably the most talented, even though he is coming off an injury. And obviously, ACLs are no joke. So, anyways, appreciate you guys watching. If you did stay the whole video, please let me know who you think is going to fall a bunch with training camp just around the corner, and who you think is going to rise a bunch with training camp. So let me know in the comments below. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Appreciate everyone hanging out today. Yeah, well, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe. We're still pretty close to our sub goal. Like I said, more content down the road here. I'm going to have a ton of friends on, ton of people on that I know, maybe even parts of the community on, just to do a draft on stream with them and get their insight, kind of change my portfolio up, and, hopefully, win some awesome tournaments with them as well. So it'd be awesome to do a stream with a friend or something, or like a community member, and just, ship a tournament. It'd be so fun to kind of experience that. Obviously split, the winnings with them, but it'd just be really cool in general. So a lot of fun stuff in the works. So appreciate everyone hanging out. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.